Hey guys, it's Chelsea Messenger with Picks and Parlays. We're doing a little parlay, a two-teamer with Chip Chirimbes, who's been really hot as of late. He's 5-0 over his last five megabucks plays, so you better listen up. It's Wild Card Weekend in the NFL, and we've got a special promo code. The code is WILD for 20% off the entire site at picksandparlays.net. Chip, we're starting off with Baltimore at Tennessee. Baltimore is favored -3 on the road at Tennessee, where the total is 54.5, the highest total on the board, but for good reason. Tennessee Titans 12-3-1 to the over this season. What do you like in this one?
Absolutely. You called it. It is for a good reason. Baltimore's averaging 29.3 points a game. Tennessee's averaging even more at 30.7. But, Tennessee really hasn't stopped anybody the entire season. Like you said, for this year, 12-3-1 to the over, and they're 22-6 to the over in their last 28. So they've got that great offense. They have Henry. The number's at 54.5. And I've been on this all week. I think we did something earlier, and I think this is my early kickoff on playing the game over on Sunday. I'm expecting a lot of points here. I know that the Ravens all of a sudden have caught fire with their offense. They're putting up a lot of yards and a lot of points. And, they're 7-2 to the over when playing on grass. A lot of times you think when you go from an artificial surface to a natural grass surface, that'll slow a team down. But it's not the case with the Ravens. And it looks like they've got a duo backs running the ball. Now that they got the thing, it was Dobbins from Ohio State, who's been absolutely spectacular. And, of course, Jackson at under center, or at least in the shotgun formation. Tennessee, a 3-point dog at home here, but I'm not being concerned with that. I know they're going to catch a lot of action here, and rightfully so. Most of the trends give Tennessee the edge with points at home. It's kind of an anomaly here for the Ravens to be favored on the road in this situation, but I think the game goes over the total. They're just a scoring machine, both these sides right now, and I think it's going to maintain itself here.
Right.
So
I think Baltimore has a pretty solid defense, but it hasn't seemed to matter in the past when you're facing Derrick Henry. He had 133 yards last time out. I know they were down some defensive starters, but in the playoffs last season, he had almost 200 yards of rushing. And
yeah.
then the Titans defense speaks for itself. If Matt Stafford can carve up your defense, if Deshaun Watson and the Texans can carve up your defense, God knows what Lamar Jackson and that running
Right.
back duo is going to do. Moving on to the next game of the parlay, it's Chicago at New Orleans. The Saints are -10. The total is 47.5. One of the bigger spreads on the board. So a little bit tricky to navigate. What do you think?
I think there's only one way to go here. I don't like laying double-digit points. I think these two already played a game this year that went overtime. So getting 10 points is a large number here, particularly in the playoffs. But there's good reason for it when you look at the offensive numbers of the Bears, who actually played a little bit better than their outcome dictated last week against Green Bay. It was a lot closer than the score indicated. But their offense in the most important categories, from yardage to scoring to first downs, ranked 26, 22, 25, 26. And New Orleans defense on the opposite side is exactly level. They're at number 4, number 5, number 4, number 5. So I think the way Chicago's offense plays right into the hands of the Saints defense, I think this game is destined to stay under the total. I don't see how the Bears are going to manage to put any points up on the board. Well, they'll put some points on the board, obviously. Trubinsky's been throwing the ball a lot more aggressively of late, but I just see this game is destined to be under. 12 of the last 17 games for the Bears against winning competition have gone under the total, and they're 13-5 to the under overall in the last 18. So rather than worrying about the team covering and getting backdoored, because most likely by game time this is liable to be 10.5. If you took New Orleans, you can be up 17 and just with a frivolous touchdown at the end lose the cover. But I think the under is a solid play here.
Right, you said it. The Bears' offense has been looking a lot better, but it was against the Lions, the Texans, the Vikings, and the Jaguars. And this
Right.
is a little different. Facing the Saints defense is actually ranked first in defensive efficiency. So this is going to be a tall task for this Bears offense that has not been good against good teams. So that'll do it for our NFL parlay. Great stuff from Chip Chirimbes as always. Chip, thanks for joining us.